Many financial literacy guides focus on a life of absolute deprivation. They suggest tracking every single penny spent on morning coffee or memorizing complex stock market formulas just to scrape by. That focus acts as a distraction from the larger economic environment. Your bank account exists within a system designed to extract cash. Corporations use frictionless convenience loops to pull money from your pocket, while central banks increase the money supply, eroding your purchasing power over time. Beyond these macro forces, a psychological mechanism called Parkinson's law governs how we treat our available cash. In personal finance, this law states that your lifestyle expenses will naturally expand to consume whatever visible cash is sitting in your checking account. If you can see the balance, you will eventually find a reason to spend it. Because this drive is biological, relying on human willpower is a high-risk strategy. Surviving the modern economy requires stripping emotion out of the process and building an automated financial infrastructure. Your finances rely on three interconnected engines. Engine 1, income, provides raw fuel, but stops when you stop working. Engine 2, savings, is the mathematical gap between earning and spending. Surviving fuel hits Engine 3, the investment multiplier, breeding its own capital on autopilot. The objective is routing active income to your passive investment multiplier as efficiently as possible. The standard middle-class sequence is to pay the landlord, the restaurants, and streaming services, hoping to save whatever is left. To reverse that cycle, run the 50-30-20 elimination algorithm. Prioritize growth first. 50% covers your survival baseline, rent and groceries. 30% is allocated for a guilt-free lifestyle. The final 20% is your non-negotiable wealth equity. Program your banking scripts to pull this 20% out the millisecond your direct deposit clears, routing it to investments before entering your visible balance. Rendering that cash invisible counteracts the drive to spend every dollar you see. You naturally adapt to the remaining 80% because the 20% no longer exists. Once that 20% stream leaves your checking account, it needs a specific destination. It flows into three asset capture zones. The first pipeline feeds broad market index funds. This forces the top companies in the world to act as your wealth builders. The second pipeline secures hard asset hedges, like commercial real estate or treasury yields, acting as an inflation-proof shield to protect your purchasing power. The third pipeline handles digital scarcity. A disciplined allocation is routed into a Bitcoin dollar cost average to hedge against the long-term devaluation of fiat currency. These three zones create a balanced, self-sustaining wealth portfolio that requires zero day-to-day management. The road to your first $100,000 is a linear grind driven by active savings. But crossing that threshold activates timeline compression. Duplicating your wealth takes half the time. The gap to $300,000 shrinks further because your capital generates its own growth. The system builds toward a specific tipping point, the moment your investment engine generates more capital than your active work. Even a perfect pipeline will fail if structural leaks remain in your foundation. You must eliminate the three major drags on your wealth velocity. First, maintain high-interest consumer liabilities at zero. Second, block lifestyle creep. When you get a career raise, route 100% of that new income directly into your automated pipelines, instead of upgrading your current lifestyle. Third, purge the convenience bleeds, the food delivery apps and forgotten ghost subscriptions that silently drain your system every month. Financial independence comes from replacing behavioral guilt with an automated financial infrastructure. By ruthlessly patching leaks and letting the mechanics of the system take over, you force the economic matrix to pay you first.